MLB The Show's coverage of Wednesday Night Baseball finds us at Target Field in Minneapolis. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. Number 17 is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Minnesota. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Yeah, Matty, he's had a number of starts. Finally won his first game in his last outing. He'll be looking to add to that total here.
Kim heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
For Baltimore, left fielder, number 25.
And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. First pitch of the game is taken for ball 1 as we get underway at 7-11 tonight. And EK, we take a look at the Twins as they begin play here tonight. It was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
And the silver lining to that is that they do have their ace going here tonight. He's what folks used to call the stopper, the guy you turn to when you needed to break a losing streak. So it's all on his shoulders here tonight.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. One and two, here it comes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Pops this one up. Calling for it, Sano. 1 down. With that, here's how Buck Showalter lines his Orioles up in this one. Who are you focused on, EK?
You know, Matt, a big part of this offense is Mark Trumbo. He comes into this one as Mr. Clutch in this lineup, carrying a batting average with runners in scoring position over 350. That's pretty reliable, so he could definitely be an impact player in this game.
And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Yeah, guys, he's a very solid umpire. Well respected for the strike zone he calls and the consistency he brings to the job.
Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
And he's tracking that all the way across the plate, but that had too much sweep to it for him to think of swinging.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Rosario is there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at how the Twins stack up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard-hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Manny Machado will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Called strike in a dangerous location there, 1-2.
And I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. And now the Twins will go to work on offense. We've got Tim Lincecum, a Washington-born right-hander, gets the starting assignment. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, you take a look at that whip, less than 1. What that means, he's allowing less than 1 base runner per inning. Outstanding.
Max Kepler comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Right fielder, Max Kepler.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. EK, you look at these Orioles as they begin play here tonight. They've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
And they got both the series and the road trip off to a good start with the win yesterday, so they'll be aiming to keep it going here.
Hit sharply toward the right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first, and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Eduardo Escobar will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. In there, a base hit.
Well, that's 2 batters and 2 hard-hit singles to start the bottom of the first. They are showing they are absolutely locked in on this guy.
Miguel Sano will stand in, and as you take a look at the splits there, he's actually a better hitter against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in, so you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
And he falls behind 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. A chance now from Target Field to take a look at the Twins lineup in this one. How do they get back into the win column, Psycho?
Well, guys, I think this team just strikes out way too much. They're in the top 1/3 of the league. You got to stay aggressive at the plate, but you also need to shift their focus to making contact and being more productive in 2-strike counts.
Park comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
And that's the pitch he needs to get working here in this first inning. You can solve a few problems here if that pitch comes around.
And he took something off of it there. It's 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Now a chopper to first, might only get 1. Fielded cleanly by Davis. Hardy for 1.
Boy, and this would have been a really costly double play, but fortunately he's hustling all the way down the line, and he's able to beat that throw on the back end.
Brian Dozier will stand in for the first time now, and he'll do so as the 4th leading hitter in the American League.
And not bad for a second baseman. There are some good ones, but second base isn't typically where you'd expect to have one of your best hitters.
Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. There you see the league leaders in hitting we touched on a moment ago. Sent on the ground out to second. On to first, and the Twins are turned away here as the side is retired. Twins strand a pair after 1, no score. Chris Davis will stand in. He comes off an 0-for-4 in last night's ball game.
Well, guys, that's why they call it a batting average. He's been hitting over 350 in his last 10 games, but he had kind of a bad one yesterday.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. That's by him for strike one.
Yeah, just really jumping out at that last pitch. He had him thinking fastball, maybe even slider.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower, and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, let's isolate this release here. You can see he's got an easy motion, easy delivery, and boom, then he runs this pitch up there pretty darn quick.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Mark Trumbo comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. No score here as we play inning number 2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Got him.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's taken him too long to get into his groove here. He's now struck out 3 of the first 5 guys he's faced, and I'd say that he's looking pretty strong early on.
Here's Seth Smith now. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. And could we see another strikeout here? It's 0-2 now.
Boy, he was so far behind that first pitch that he over-adjusted and was so far ahead of this one.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Joe Mauer will get his first shot here, and you can see that average pushing 400 to this point in the season.
Well, right now he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of what a guy's going to have to offer.
Slow curveball at 74, in for a strike.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
I think he was trying to get that slider in on his hands, but I don't think he meant for it to get in that far. I think he just released it a little too late.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Now a foul tip straight into the catcher's glove, and he's able to hang on to record the first out of the inning. Jason Castro will stand in, and he wasn't alone in wearing the collar in last night's ball game, in which the team could muster all of 1 run.
Well, kind of more of the same for him, guys. I mean, you can see that he's not sporting the strongest batting average this year.
The windup and the 0-1. Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Bottom of the second here with no score. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
This is one of those guys that You can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Eddie Rosario is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. Left it up in the zone, but it's a strike, 1-1. To first, Davis has it. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. We'll see Adam Jones when we come back. Adam Jones will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
And that's exactly where you want to put that thing. Start it right down the middle and trust that its action will cause it to drop.
And Jones takes this one for a ball, 1-1. He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
We're already at 4. Do I hear 5 strikeouts in a row?
And a changeup that time. Swing and a ball sent high and deep. This one is gone. A home run. A solo shot here for Adam Jones. Home run number 9 on the year. As the O's are on the board first, it's 1-0. Wellington Castillo readies for his first appearance in this one, and he's a guy who's been terrific over the last couple of series, really swinging it well. Into the seats, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will be a foul ball. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And in steps the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Kepler over to his right. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
Kim in now, popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, he just uppercut a fastball. That top hand kind of dragged through the zone, which caused the bat head to drop a little bit.
First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. Sano has got it, and the side is retired. Orioles get 1 on the home run by Adam Jones. We play. Byron Buxton will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, he's been scuffling through this year, but over the last 10 games he's been good, hitting over 350.
That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
And if my math is good, that's a 19-mile-an-hour differential between those 2 pitches. It's very tough to adjust to that pitch right there.
And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. Max Kepler will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first.
And, you know, guys, I just love the way he went the other way with that. Now I'm interested to see if he has a similar approach in this at-bat.
Back in standing. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
And, you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. Settling in now, Eduardo Escobar. He reached on a single in his first try. Chopped foul right at home plate at strike one. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Tap fouled at home plate. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Smith on the run. 2 gone. Miguel Sano is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And that swung on and missed for strike one. A runner on first with 2 away. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time. Throw over to first, and the runner back easily. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Smith is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Twins wind up stranding 1. It remains. Jonathan Schoop will be the first to stand in here in the inning for Baltimore, with Manny Machado waiting to follow. We'll pick this one up in the bottom of inning number 4. Leading off the inning, Park, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Here's Lincecum back to work now as he jumps ahead of the leadoff hitter, 0-1. And no swing, apparently, ball 1.
Well, that's a huge difference between being 0-2 and 1-1 as a hitter, especially against a guy like this on the mound. So that's a good job to hold up on that pitch.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
And this has been a common problem for all of these guys. They just can't lay off that pitch down and away.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. And he makes the throw to first. Park is retired, and there's 1 away.
Second baseman, number 2.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. Get some fishing for it. Then nice work to tidy up behind the plate and make the put out at first.
Here's Brian Dozier now, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the ball game for Minnesota. Swing and a liner. Foul. The 1-2 pitch. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2. Joe Mauer stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And now this is popped up. Castillo should have room behind the plate, and he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Seth Smith will stand in to lead things off for the Orioles. Adam Jones set to follow. Due to time constraints, we'll pick this one up in the top of inning number 6. Jonathan Schoop will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far. We'll join this one here in the bottom of the 6th, already in progress. Miguel Sano will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
He's set. Here it comes. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Here he comes on 2-0. Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. And he punches out another one. Make it 9 for the ball game.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really spot on so far.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Park. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, they got him on a breaking ball, so now we'll see if they try to put him away with soft stuff again if they get that chance.
First pitch is a slider down low. It's 1-0. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
And even though that's a strike, that's a good take. You want to be looking one pitch, one spot, so don't go swinging at that one. That was nasty.
And that misses off the plate and low, so it's 3-1 now.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Kim is set to get us started for the late innings of this one. Now some action out in the Minnesota pen as it looks like both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. Time to jump ahead to the bottom of inning number 8 now.
Now batting,
Eduardo Escobar ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that third hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
Hunter Harvey will take over here with the runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
72, Hunter Harvey.
First pitch of the at-bat. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Maybe a chance here to put a dent into that scoreboard after all. Just gives them a couple guys on base now here in the late going. And at the very least, another hit here could be enough for them to avoid the shutout.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one.
If he would have swung at that, you would have never heard the end of it.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Looking to keep the shutout intact. Here it comes. Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2.
That's a good idea, 1-2 right there, just to see if he'd chase. But now with the count even, I think this one has to be in the strike zone because you don't want to run the risk of loading the bases for the cleanup guy.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
Hit hard to short. Hardy's up with it, and he is in there.
No, he's in there.
Well, nothing going right on the mound for him right now. This is going to be scored an infield single, and that's just going to make matters worse out there as that loads the bases.
Park will stand in now in one of the bigger at-bats of the ballgame to this point, as he'll do so with the bases loaded.
And that key hit, it still hasn't shown up yet. And like you say, you've got the bases loaded. You just wonder how many more of these opportunities are you going to get?
First pitch coming. Here it is. A big roundhouse curveball in there for strike one.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
So he's still got to make one more big pitch, but this is a great start with the bases loaded.
Too high. 1-2.
And against a veteran hitter like this, you got to be in that strike zone early in the count, because the more pitches he sees, the better he's going to.
And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for naught. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Downtown St. Paul there, not far from us here at Target Field as we're set to begin the ninth inning in this one. Adam Jones will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the third inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball one. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Buxton going back on it. Gone! So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Well, we can show you the replay here, but I'm not all that convinced that this ball has even come down yet. Goodness gracious. This is a fastball that he absolutely barrels up. And with his strength, this ball's going a long way.
Wellington Castillo is at the plate as he watches ball one. Here it comes, 1-0. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Buxton has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
Now batting,
J.J. Hardy digs in with one run in and one gone in the inning. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. Swung on and missed that time by Hardy as he finds himself behind 0-2 now.
Oh, and he sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in the matter of about 5 feet.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding off.
Chopped foul right at home plate. One out, nobody on. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's a pitch that you got to stay on top of, or else it'll take off on you just like that one did.
Chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And you know what, guys? This is a big league battle going on right now. Neither guy wanting to back down. No sign of weakness on either side.
Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. On pitch number 10 is the one that finally does it as he strikes out after a long battle here.
Well, he's made 5 or 6 quality pitches in this inning, but he just made the one bad one. And you can bet that's the one he's going to remember when he gets back to the dugout. Good job here, though, because he bounced back to retire the next 2 guys that he faced.
Standing in now, Kim. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's going to give this guy anything he can pull.
Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Brian Dozier will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth, as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
In tied at 93, ball 1. Tim Lincecum in line for the victory should the lead hold for him. Squared that one up just a little late. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Hit to short. Hardy's there. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Joe Mauer stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Lays off 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And they'll come back with 1 in the third as the count moves to 2-1 now.
And this is where a guy who's been around a long time knows, hey, we're not going to make up the difference with just one swing. It's going to take base runners. So that's a good job of being really patient at the plate.
Jones is there, and quickly 2 are gone here, and it's not looking good for the home 9.
catcher
Jason Castro will stand in. He flew out his last time up. First pitch on its way. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, bang.
Yeah, you know, as a pitcher, sometimes you can just say, hey, that one got away from me. It slipped. But I think that one would be a tough claim to make. This one definitely doesn't pass the eye test for me. I'm a little bit surprised that the home plate umpire's letting that thing go.
Into the box now, Eddie Rosario. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
That's what you need to do after a hit by pitch. Get right back on that horse and fire a fastball in there.
And that's cut on and missed, so now the Twins are down to their final strike here.
And this battery knows full well that this guy's been scuffling lately. So they're not messing around here. They're coming right after him.
One strike from the shutout. Here it comes. Hard hit ball to second, and he'll put this one away, and with that, the ball game is over.
And you know what? I don't care who you're playing. You know, it's never easy to go out on the road and win any game. So that was a great effort by them in every phase of the game.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. So the Orioles were lucky enough to get a good start out of this guy, Tim Lincecum. Strike opposed, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, a real good performance, as you'll see in his final line. He gave him 7 2/3 good innings, and he was definitely the difference in this one.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets.